What's going on, YouTube? So it's definitely been a long time since I've been in the shop. Been busy with a lot of things, and I got a lot of cool stuff also in the works. So I got a really cool project that I think you guys will be excited about. This has been a long time in development. It's a custom exhaust pipe by Methodical Fabricator. So if you don't know a Methodical Fabricator, he's the guy that's building some of the coolest stuff out there for Odysseys, doing some really neat stuff. And right now, he's the only guy that's making an exhaust pipe for the FL350. So I want to show it to you. I got it all lined out here on the table. The thing is just looking beautiful. It's all finished. This comes in two different finishes. This is available on the Oddball ORV website. If you're interested, just head on over there and look up pipe and in the search bar, and this will come up. Now, why would you do a custom exhaust pipe? Well, honestly, the FL350 motor in stock form, there's a lot of untapped potential in there. I've run a different exhaust pipe. Show you the one that I have here, and this is an older pipe. This is what used to be available for a long time, and it's a really good pipe. There's nothing wrong with it, but it's an old design from a long time ago. And the thing is, the guy that used to design them and build them, he's no longer doing it. So for a long time, there was no more exhaust pipes or anything like that. But thanks to Methodical Fabricator, he stepped up to the plate and he's given us something really cool. All right, so a couple of things on this video. A couple of things on this pipe that is worth going over before we actually do the install. So the first thing is Methodical does these billet aluminum exhaust ports, exhaust flanges, I guess is what you call them. And these are machined to receive 3 O-rings. All right, so that mates up to this over here. All right, it goes just like that. Now, on my pipe, you'll notice I have not one, but 2 EGT ports. No, I'm not going to be running 2 EGT probes. Well, I kind of am, but I'm not. So this is another project that's in the works. Don't have anything to say about it now, but know that this was intentional. If you want an EGT probe on your pipe, you can ask for it, and that'll be an option that you can select. So with that, this is all double walled, as you can see in here. Now the thing is, it's a really tight fit. So this will go in here just like this, and you can already see it's going to be a beast to get it in. Now the other thing we have here is our muffler, and I'm excited to try this out. Now here's the thing, all of these custom pipes, they're going to be loud. They're going to be way louder than the stock pipe. It's just the nature of the beast. So hopefully this muffler is a little bit quieter than the stock one, but honestly, I don't know how that's going to work out. So anyways, beautiful looking muffler. Everything looks good. This comes off here, of course, and then this will mate up over to here with 2 O-rings as well. So that's it in a nutshell. We got a little bag of goodies here. Some springs, some O-rings, and of course the bolts for our exhaust flange to go into the engine. All right, so with Methodical's pipe, it's 2 pieces. So you have an inner sleeve, and then you have the aluminum flange. All right, so this inner flange actually sticks up inside, just like that. It's pretty tight fit. Like that. And of course the flange comes right on top, and the side with the 2 holes here, that goes facing up, because these holes are what your springs connect to. Okay, so the bolts that we're going to use, we're just going to reuse the exhaust bolts that I took off. Now you could put a little bit of Loctite on this. I'm actually just going to put just some small lock washers on. You don't need to over tighten these really tight. In fact, less is more in this situation. Aluminum is very soft, and it's very easy to strip this out. And if you strip these out, it's just gonna make your day go bad. So this goes in here, and I'm going to put in the first one, just like that, lined it up. Just start getting her threaded. Very important that you do this carefully. Don't use an impact wrench. Just do it by hand. Okay, I'm not going to tighten it down just yet because I want to get the other ones in first before I actually tighten this stuff down. Okay. Now our sleeve slides right up in there, just like that. Okay. I think the next thing we got to do is put our O-rings on, and then we put on our bottom piece, like EA, with the O-rings. Now, what I don't know, I'm gonna have to figure this out off camera. I'm not sure if I should put this on first or if I should put this together. I'm thinking actually I need to put these somewhat together. We'll have to see. I know once I put this together, it's gonna be really hard to get off. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to figure that out. So we'll cut and come back to this. All right, so what we're gonna do here is get my phone out of the way. We're gonna put these together, these two fittings. Make sure I got this on the screen. And this is really, really tight in here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna grease it. Nothing fancy on the grease. You just need some grease. That's all we need. We're just gonna get a little bit out of here. I'm just gonna smother this, and of course this will burn off. It'll smoke a little bit and everything, but far better to be able to have it so you can get it in and out than to not have it at all. All right, so we're just gonna kind of work that in. Just like that. I think that's it. Just kind of wipe this excess off. Just like that. And then I'll put the springs on when it's in, because this is all going to flop around and no way I can do it here. So let's take this back over to the machine and get it back in the machine. All right, so the next thing we got to do is we got to install our 3 O-rings. 1, 2, there's the third one there. And so we're just going to place these on, and I don't suspect they're going to be anything too difficult. Just roll it on. Probably start on the bottom. Just like that. Make sure it's in. That feels good. There's a second one. This is a beautiful piece of billet aluminum that Methodical's put together. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. All right. Now, before I put my pipe on, I'm going to grease all of these because these will be a bear to get on as well. So I'm going to grab my grease gun here, take a little dab. We're just going to smother it on nice and good. Now, the trick is doing this without scratching the pipe. I'm going to get some paper towels and stuff. I'm just going to lay it here because I've already scratched the pipe slightly. Sorry, Methodical. So I'm going to put some protection down to protect what I can to make it easier without scratching anything. Get this thing in here. Just going to snip that up like that. Snip this up like this. Rocking back and forth a little bit. It's kind of fighting me a little bit. All right, I have my two small O-rings. They're just going to go over the end of this tip here. There's one. There's two. Now we're going to grease this up as well, so that that is easy to get our exhaust into. Okay, so I took a little bit of a detour. I initially had kind of started working on getting these hangers tightened up. There's one down here and there's one over here, but it turns out I guess you don't want to put those on just yet. We'll have to put them on later because you need a little bit of a flex here in order to be able to get this pipe in. So, and I'm kind of wondering if I should have actually installed, I don't know how I could have installed all this together at once. Maybe you could have slid the whole thing in here as one piece. Ah, geez. I don't know if that's possible or not. Anyways, so I got this loose here. I'm going to try and get this at the right angle so I can actually slide this sleeve over. And the reason why I did that is that now, yeah, okay, now I can kind of move this over to get this in alignment, which is what I need. I'm going to move the camera back just a hair. And hopefully you can still see what's going on here. So we're going to have to line this up here. And then we're going to press this on. All right. So this has to get pressed together. Just kind of rocking it. I guess that's best that I got. Not entirely sure. See, if that goes there, that goes there. That might be about where I need to be. Hard to say. All right, so I think I got this tight enough to attempt this. We will see. Oh no. I think I got a little bit more to keep on working on here. All right, after some fiddling with it, I think it's about as close as it's gonna go. So now it's time to put on the springs. I'm actually putting on gloves here because I've already scratched and bled enough for this. So this guy goes on here and he's got to stretch all the way to there. Kind of curious as to what type of a tool would do this. Sure, if I looked it up on Amazon, it'd be there. So Mm. Thank goodness for my glove. All right, it's in. Guess that's how you do it, unless you got the right tool. All right, so the next thing I got to do now that I have this in is put in this hanger here. So this hanger just goes down in here. You may not be able to see it really well, but this bolt goes in. Get that started. Just like that. Don't want it tight just yet, because again, we got to kind of move everything around. Okay, now I have my bolt with lock washer on one side, and I got my washer, my nut, and I'm just going to see if I can get this in. Oh, it slides in pretty good, just like that. Put the washer on. Just like that, okay? I'm not going to tighten, again, I'm not tightening anything down because all this has to be kind of tightened when it's all together. Okay, so the next hanger that I got to put in is, you're not going to be able to see it very well because it's just not a great angle, but it's this hanger here. So, and of course, it's in a really bad angle as well. Hopefully, don't drop this nut. All right, that feels good. All right, one last hanger to go. Again, bolt and lock washer. Stick that through here. Pull that off. Actually fits in quite nicely. Then on the back side is going to be our washer. That's another hard angle. And then our nut. Just like that. Good. Okay, so that's that. Now, I just have one chore left. That's 2 springs. 2 springs. One here, easy. One here, who knows? All right, 1 spring left. There would be some irony if this ended up being the hardest spring, but hopefully not. So I'm going to take my screwdriver, put it on. I imagine the tool, the official tool's got to have some sort of a hook or something, because that seems to be, it'll make this easier. All right, all the springs are on. Nice and tight, nice and tight. That's all good. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I can put in my EGT probe, and I think I'll actually use this port. And I'm gonna have to get a actual fitting to block this one off, because it's not gonna be used for now. It will in the future though. It'll make sense in the future. So maybe we wanna come in like that. Now it's important that you get your EGT probe kind of in the center, so you need to kind of figure out where that is, and then make sure you thread to that point. So okay. So I'm going to take this out. I'm going to measure. So really, how does this thing work? This is a kind of a weird nut or something on it, if I remember correctly. There we go. Okay, so about right there. And tighten down a little further back. Yeah, just like that. Let's see, was this the 13? So if you're not running a EGT gauge on your two-stroke, highly recommend you do it. Especially when you start doing some of these performance mods, you start running a lot harder. You can blow your motor real easy if you're not paying attention. And the EGT gauge, it just helps you to know what's actually happening with your motor versus trying to guess. So I think we're gonna have this kind of come up just a little bit. Just like that. All right. Okay, so that finishes most of the install the exhaust. Now I gotta just tighten everything up. I don't need to show that on camera. You guys know how that works. But that's about it. All right, well, there you go, folks. Fired right up. Really sounds really good and everything. So obviously I can't test it in suburbs here, but we're going to Dune Fest in just under or just a little over a week now. So we're going to definitely test it out there. So I'm really excited about this. Again, a huge shout out to Methodical for doing the design work and having all the skills and the fabrication tools and everything to make this happen. Really excited about this pipe, and we're going to show you guys all about how this thing performs in some future videos. So with that, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and we'll catch you guys in the next clip.